Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and a brand new campaign where we're going to be playing the Byzantine Empire. Yes, Rome. We don't hold Rome. Constantinople, the Eastern Roman Empire, still exists in this fork version. I don't know what you would call it, but this is basically the Dreadnought Improvement Project version 3, but instead of adding lots and lots and lots of minor nations, this one adds 2 new great powers. Actually, 3 new great powers, because Portugal's in it as well. And okay, fine. But it adds new great powers and gets rid of all of the minors, which you will see in a minute when I load into the campaign map. But we're going to start in 1890. Dreadnought Improvement Project. I know I myself used to say, hey, start in 1920 for new players. I still say that's true if you're playing vanilla. But if you're playing the Dreadnought Improvement Project, 1890 is the place to start. We're going to play on Legendary difficulty, because why not? We're going to stick on bespoke design usage. This will be fixed at some point, so that the pre-generated and hybrid modes are functional, but I haven't done it yet, and I especially haven't done it for the for this version. We're going to have historical AIs, because this is just randomness. No. We're going to create our own fleet, of course, and we're going to keep AI shared designs off, because that could just cause problems when you're doing this kind of thing. Anyway, I'm going to generate a campaign and get myself a cup of tea, and I will see you on the campaign map. Okie dokie, welcome to the map. Let's have a look at what the map looks like. So obviously we have Russia and China and the UK and France all looking probably familiar, but what's probably not familiar is Ultra Spain, Super Portugal, this country up here. This is Scandinavia. I'm still working on the colours. I thought a red would work quite well. The trouble with doing the colours is basically the map applies this grey over everything. So it tends to mute all the colours out. Anyway, I hope they're visible to everybody. We are here in purple. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Let's have a look into the politics screen as well. So Britain, top dog, 59.9 billion. Good for them. 9 battleships. Fucking hell. China? What? So what the hell? Okay. Britain's also building 29 ships currently. This happens a lot in Dreadnought Improvement Project, because I tone down how many years of generation you get. France has 2 battleships. The Russians have 3. The Austrians have 1. Dutch don't have any. Italians have none. They do have 10 armed cruisers. Germans have 2. Scandinavians don't have much now, but they're building a bunch. Portugal has some armoured cruisers. Okay, so relatively sensible fleets. Now, I'm playing on Legendary difficulty, so my GDP is going to be crap compared to all the AI players. Although that we are not the bottom is a good sign. Okay, yeah, I'm sure we can manage this. Now, strategically, of course, the Mediterranean and the Black Sea very important to us. So, likely rivals, the British, who control entry in and out of the Med, the Italians, the Austro-Hungarians, the French, the Spanish. We've got a lot of other major, other major powers. There are no minor powers. A lot of the other great powers have interests in the Med, and then, of course, we're kind of staring at the Russians across the Black Sea. But we do have all of Arabia and Persia, so we have access to the Indian Ocean, which is pretty nice, although we don't have any large ports over here. None of these are particularly big or impressive, but they're enough that it means that although, yes, the British control Suez, you need to be on friendly terms with the Byzantines as well, because, you know, we can definitely station enough torpedo boats and destroyers and stuff down here to cause some issues, I think. Yeah, what are we thinking of people? I think we're pretty neutral on everyone. Yeah, we're neutral on everyone except the British, who quite like us for some reason. Fair enough. Cool. Okay. Well, I guess we had better get designing. Right, how much money do we have? 96 million. All right. Now, do we go for a battleship? No. I'm not building a turret ship. These things are fucking awful. Okay, so we start off with a shipyard. That's a bit of a pain point. We're basically going to be limited to armoured cruisers then. I'm sure we can build a decent armoured cruiser. 20 knots isn't too bad. 6,000 tons. That's what I'd like, but we're going to have to see if we can actually pull this off. Towers. Let's use good towers. Now, funnels, which have been reworked, we're probably going to have absolutely dog shit engine efficiency. Yep. There's not really too much we can do about that just now. Just stick a big old funnel in the middle. Guns. Try and go 9s. Nines seem reasonable, I think. Although weight is potentially a pretty big problem. Let's go with 4-inch secondary battery. Yeah, there's going to be no techs that can help us reduce weight, really. I'm going to go increased AP and increased HE, I think. Standard shells. Enhanced reload. Oh, and you spawn with no armor. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Right. 28% quality. Bugger me. Right, well, 1.5 is probably enough to block a 4-inch gun. And it's also enough to block the high explosive from the 9s. So, there's our base. Deck armor, you know, probably get away with minimal, absolutely bare minimum stuff. 9-inch. Let's go 9-inch 30s. Let's make the 4-inch. Fine, 32s, whatever. It's not like we can fiddle with gun lengths very much at the moment. Right, the rest of the armour. 0.8. What if someone came along with an 11-inch gun? Wow, we don't even have 12s or 13. Oh, no, of course, because it's a cruiser. Yeah, 1.2, so we'd be okay on that. Yeah, I think we're fine for high explosive. That's good. Now, AP. Oh, God. How much am I allowed? 8. Okay. Cool. 8, 9, 9. 0.3. 9. 9. 2. Could go with something like... Go with something like that. But I am massively overweight. Fuel. Yeah, coal. Coal is heavy. Okay. And then it's just... Okay, the mid bulkheads. I really don't want to go down the standard bulkheads, but... What about dropping a few knots of speed? Ooh, okay, let's go to 18 knots. And many bulkheads. A compromise, to be sure, but there we go. The Velos is going to be our principal armoured cruiser until we are able to build battleships. She's going to have to do. Perhaps the Byzantine Empire is a bit slow transitioning away from the kind of pre-Dreadnought battleships. Yeah, okay. Velos. I like it. Now, we could use a light cruiser. And I know I have these very interesting ships, but I'd rather not use this stuff. The light cruiser 1. Although I know that the belted 3-master is actually insanely good. So let's go with the belted 3-master. 18. So the Velos is our modern ship, and the Aegon is going to be our older Roman classic type of ship. I'm guessing, yeah, I don't get free funnels. I do still need to work on the funnel weights. That is a big old pain in the bottom to do. I might just stick on like a funnel weight reduction at some point if I can. Because, yeah, we're never going to get good engine efficiency. It's like mostly funnel. I think... shit. Yeah, I think just a big funnel in the middle. Yeah, we'll have terrible efficiency, but we'll just have to live with it. This is the funny hull that has the weird front-mounted... So, yeah, this is going to be just... Is it even 2-inch guns that go in there? Yeah. So it doesn't actually have a forward main gun, which is pretty silly. Well, it can do, but it'll sit there like that, only able to fire to the sides, which I kind of like, actually. That's very silly. Yeah, let's just stuff it full of 2-inch guns. All the 2-inch guns is mainly going to focus on the torpedoes. Probably. We're going to have to drop the range to 0. Oh my goodness. Right, now armour for this thing. I'd love to be able to take a hit from a 6-inch gun. It's 0.4. What kind of 1.7, 2.3? Yeah, so we're talking about like half an inch for aft superstructure. And absolutely, yes, deck armor is technically there, but it's not going to be a lot. Now, main build, I'd like more. As much as possible, please. Okay, maybe not 5-inch. 4-inch. How about 4-inch? And then conning tower, 0.5, 0.2, 6, I can go 5. 0.3, 5, 0.5, 0.2. We're only 1% overweight. It's not the worst in the world. Yeah, let's go 38, 26, 36. Okay. Now I just need to lose just a teeny bit of weight. Problem is, I already reduced the range. So I'm going to dump the big funnel. I'm going to go to a medium funnel. Even worse efficiency, but does it really matter at this point? Yeah, I could see that being a ship that gets used. Why can't I save you? Oh, I didn't put any towers on. Pro move. Okay, we can put that. I don't think I've ever done that. Actually, yeah, kind of like it there. Yeah, we can have it like that. That looks very odd, that ship. But now I'm 2% overweight. God damn it! Gonna have to reduce bulkheads. Actually, no. We can do another way. No, we can't. What about a reduced beam? Not quite. So I don't think there's any point doing that. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go few bulkheads. Or yeah, 48 tons. Or maybe actually we'll go with a small funnel and make the efficiency even worse, but it has sails, so it doesn't matter, right? Sadly, the Byzantine Naval Jack, which is actually angled, unfortunately the game doesn't handle the alpha of the layer, but this one should be square, and these ones should be a sort of a shield shape. But sadly, it doesn't quite do that. But if you get it against a black background, it kind of looks right. Okay, and then we're going to need torpedo boat. Oh, we also have the small torpedo cruiser. These things can be monstrous. Okay, come back to that. We do need a torpedo boat, though. I think that these three do... these are basically cheating. These ones. And they're also very French, so I'm not sure. I'm not even sure this is going to make it into the Byzantine build, because I haven't really adjusted any of the hulls that they have access to yet. Now, this is where people are probably going to notice the biggest difference in the engines. Because, yeah, you can see I'm already overweight. Is it 280? 275. So I'm going to go torpedo boat. I will not be able to get it 26 knots. I'm telling you that for free right now. Right, standard funnel. A gun. Maybe a 4-incher? Yeah, 4-inch gun in the front. And a couple of torpedo tubes, which you may notice are now much, much lighter. Rejoice. However, the reason they're much, much lighter is because everything else is heavier. So yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to go at this speed. We're going to have to slow it down. Maybe only carrying 1 reload. You can now put armor on torpedo boats, by the way. It is, however, limited to iron plate. So they're not going to be very good. But yeah, we can have a little bit of protection. Just a very little bit. But not much. And you may not want to do this because you may want to just go for overpens, but you know, half an inch can actually be very helpful, protecting you against small HE rounds, so that other torpedo boats, maybe even a light cruiser, will need to use AP shells rather than just spamming you with high explosives. So yeah, we're going to need to slow down to about 23 knots. Mind you, if we dump the coal, that'll help. Wow, 24. And we can get a knot of speed out. Yeah, we're pushing it. That's because we need 2,000 horsepower to run this thing. And 2,000 horsepower engine is coming in at 92 tons, which is most of the ship. But I think that's more accurate to how building a torpedo boat or a destroyer is going to be, because speed is armor for them, so you want them to go as fast as possible. But because they're small ships and because of the way water physics works, going fast means you need a big old engine. Look at that pitch! Fucking hell, you're going to be as sick as a dog if you try and sail on this thing. Yikes. Anyway, I think they'll do. I think they'll do fine. They'll do fine. They've got 3 torpedoes on them, which is pretty decent. I think that's solid little. I think that's a solid little set of designs for us to start off with. The question is, how many can we afford? Now, I tend to do it that I take half my money to spend on my biggest ship. So I've got 96 million. So I've got 48 to spend on cruisers, which basically means we can get 2. And then whatever's remaining, so I've got 51 million. Then I kind of look at how many light cruisers I can get. So 51 divided by 7. So I could get as many of 7 of these. So let's just get 6. And then spend the rest of your money on torpedo boats. So we'll get 7 torpedo boats. 2 heavy cruisers, well, 2 armoured cruisers, 6 protected cruisers, and 7 torpedo boats. I think that seems like a reasonable approach. Obviously, none of these currently have names. If you would like one of these ships to be named after yourself, you can. If you are a channel member on YouTube, which is only €1 a month, or equivalent currency unit, not only do you get early access to videos, if you pay 2, then you can name a destroyer, and then there are higher tiers for higher tiered ships. If you're on the Patreon, which is also 1 monetary unit per month base, then you can get a destroyer. Simple as that. So yeah, please, names, because I have not added very many names to the name list for the Byzantine Empire. And, as a special bonus, if you do sign up and you do pay it, and it is, let's say, an in-keeping name, I will add it to the ship name list so that they will appear in everybody's game who plays this, including your own, if you wish, which is very cool. Anyway, I'm going to go end the turn. I'm going to start the campaign so we can sort out our budget. This is a problem. This is a real problem. This is actually not too bad, but we need to max this out. Crew training, I like at 30%. Tech at 50 isn't great, but I'm assuming that this is... No, it is affordable. Fantastic. That'll get us up to 10,000 tons. That's pretty good. Oh, okay. And then we'll just creep tech spending up a little bit. The fleet is going to be in being, so we can get a little bit of extra money by swapping them to limited and dumping the money in tech. Because I find it's quite useful to invest in tech early on and then slacken off later. But early on, it's a good idea. I wonder where it put the ships. Latika. So we've got a cruiser here. Another cruiser here. Protected cruiser. Torpedo boat. What's our biggest port? Piraeus. Nope. Constantinople. By far. Okay, that makes sense. But I don't hate how it's spread those out. We don't have much down here. We've got a couple of torpedo boats down here on in Aden. That's quite handy. We've got anything deployed here in North Africa? Yes, we do. Good. So we do have something here. We've got something here. We don't have anything in the Black Sea. Oh, no, we do. We've got a torpedo boat. Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna see what happens. It's always fun. I know why are you ending the turn live? You never normally do that. You cut it all out. Yes, well, this is a very alpha version of this particular version of the game, and there could be all sorts of horribleness. So, yeah, I thought I'm going to end the first turn live, so that if it fails, then at least I have a video of some sort. And plus we get to have a look at what they're actually up to. There we go. Tension. Positive tension. Positive. Look at this. Everybody's friends. Look how friendly everybody is. Nobody is sad. In the Western Roman Empire, there is political turmoil. How do I react? We can help them. No. Support the... Wow, those are my only options? I can't just ignore it? Fine. Whatever. Okay, and there are all the canals opening. Cool. Speaking of Italy... Yeah, they're also a constitutional monarchy, so are we. It's definitely not the worst. We've got the centre party in control at the moment. Might swap to the right wing party after the next election. Italy is exactly the same. There's quite a lot of constitutional monarchies around now. Apart from Russia and the democratic, like, full republics. Oh, and China. Okay. Cool. Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to end the episode here. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.